So welcome back to the channel, guys. It is me, 8744 Extra, and today, guys, we're reacting to you guys' hot takes, guys. So thank you guys for sending you guys hot takes. It was actually very fun to look at your guys' comments, and I'm gonna be telling you guys whether I agree or disagree with your opinions. And like I said, guys, if you guys like this kind of stuff, let me know in the comments below, and we could do this as a monthly edition. So let's start with the first hot take we got here from Pookie5198 says, "Don't know if this is really a hot take, but Die Hard isn't a Christmas movie." Now I agree with. I think Die Hard is more of a horror film, even though it is set in a Christmas time frame. I feel like it's more for horror. And if you want to watch Christmas movies, that's probably not the movie to watch. I would recommend to watch Home Alone. I'd recommend to watch The Grinch. I'd recommend to watch. There's other countless movies. Die Hard isn't the one of the movies you should watch during Christmas time. It's not a movie I would recommend, you know. And so, like I said, it's an understandable one, and which I agree with. I'm not sure if that's a hot take though. I'm not sure a lot of people have the same opinion, but I do see where you're coming from, Pookie. Next one we got from Random Bulgarian Map says, "Hot take: Crossroad is a very underrated mobile game," and which I see where you're coming from. I think Crossroad is a game that a lot of people don't really talk about. You know, it's very on. It's not a popular game. You know, the more popular mobile games obviously got a Clash Royale, Clash of Clans, now, etc. And Crossroad isn't talked about it much. You know, it's a very fun game. It's a simple game. You just cross the street, and it's simple. It's straightforward. It's good to do when you're bored, and I feel like it has its uses. Now, is it like a is it an amazing game? One of the best mobile games ever? Of course not. You know, it's not meant for that. But it's good to do as a time waste. You know, and it's good to do when you're kind of bored. You have nothing else to do. You know, on your phone at a public event. You know, kind of like and I've been in those kind of scenarios before where I have to go like into like some party or some event, and it's not really anyone I can bond with, and so I can just whip out my phone and just play this Crossroad game and like swipe. It's so easy to do. So yeah, I do see where you're coming from, Bulgarian mapping, and it is understandable. Next one we got from here is from FB7 Games 253 said Monday isn't that bad of the day of the week as we return and things are taking it back slowly. Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday are horrendous. So you're basically trying to advocate that Monday isn't that bad of a day of the week, and which I disagree with. Now, I don't think Mondays are that bad. I don't think Mondays are atrocious or garbage or anything like that. And like I said, you do need Mondays in your life, you know. And one of the reasons why I like Mondays a lot is because I'm part of another channel. I have a YouTube membership with Half Hope, and that's one of the reasons why I actually like Mondays because he does his member stream on Mondays, and it's actually very interesting to see the discussion that takes place there on his channel. So that's one of the reasons why I like Mondays, and I think you have to do something special on Mondays. Get the mood, energy going, and one of the things also nice about Monday is that usually when you get back into work or school, usually you don't really have a lot to do. You know, you're kind of like slowly going through the day, kind of like that. So I do see where you're coming from, FP7 games. But the issue with that is that kind of depends on the person itself. Kind of depends on what you exactly do that Monday. So it's kind of hard to generalize, because sometimes, for example, you may have all your tests on Monday, you know, so, but yeah, and the Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday are horrendous. Now, Sunday, I can understand where you're coming from because Sundays are really boring because, a lot of people go to church that day. You have to sleep in early. And usually, all the fun stuff that takes place are usually on your Friday and Saturday, and Sunday's kind of like a rest day to rest and get ready for the week. So, I do see where you're coming from for a Sunday. And now, as far as Tuesday, Wednesday, I don't understand the hatred for Tuesday, Wednesday. I think it's a bit weird. You have to let me know in the comments below. Episode guys, because I'm not really sure why Tuesday, Wednesday are horrendous. You'll have to explain it because personally for me, I love Wednesdays. Wednesday I love. Wednesday is actually my favorite. Besides the weekend, Wednesday is probably my favorite day of the week because it's the middle of the week. You're halfway through. Just have a few more days to go before the weekend. And I remember in school we had this thing called late start. Obviously, as a job, I don't have that anymore. But basically, you get to go to school an hour later, which was kind of nice. You get to sleep in more. I also think Wednesday is pretty cool in the sense that usually there's like any fun midweek events usually takes place on Wednesday, and I feel like that's awesome. So Wednesday's a pretty cool day in my opinion. I do like Wednesday, and Wednesday's pretty good. So, and as far as Tuesday, yeah, it kind of feels like Monday as well. I feel like Tuesday is kind of like a Monday 2.0, except that I think Tuesday's a little bit better because obviously it's not Monday. But I do see where you're coming from with that sense. But yeah, Wednesday for me, I think you're being harsh on Wednesday for sure. Lego Meta World says 2728 says I like pineapple on pizza, and that's understandable. That's respectable. Now, I don't think I personally tried pineapple pizza, so I can't really comment. on this, but yeah, pineapple in general is good. I do like pineapple. I just don't really eat it often. But it is good to have. It is good to have. So for me personally, there's no rule that you can't put any item on a pizza. You could even put ranch on pizza. You could even put cheese. You could even put ranch. You could put chocolate on pizza. You could do whatever you want. It's like I said, it's your personal pizza. Now, if you're gonna force it on me, that's a different story. So like, don't force on people. But if you whatever you do with your pizza, it's your own pizza at the end of the day. So I personally don't really care. So like I said, pineapple. There's no rule that pineapple can't be on pizza. So personally, for me, I do see where you're coming from. Do I agree or not? I'm kind of neutral because, like I said, I've never tried pineapple pizza, so I can't really comment. But I'll take a word. It's good. Next one from Matt's Attack 9 says, I will not have Spider-Man 2 as a top 10 superhero movie. The Dark Knight, The Batman, Logan, Batman Begins, Avengers Infinity War, Superman, X Day of Future, Captain America Civil War, Superman 2, Spider-Man. That is despite the Batman options being more of crime dramas. If we're talking more about comic movies, then not even top 15 because of films like Blade, Kingsman, not 300. Okay, Matt, I want to ask you this question. What makes Spider-Man 2 not a top 10 movie? Like, I want to know in particular, what are your issues with the movie? Because for me, I think Spider-Man 2 is one of the best superhero movies of all time. And if you ask a lot of superhero fans, they're gonna probably agree with me. Now, if it's not your number one, okay, that's fair enough. You know, everyone has their own personal preference, but I'm pretty sure a vast majority of the Marvel fans and maybe probably even DC fans as well will say Spider-Man 2 is one of the best because of how amazing the film was structured. It was structured in such an amazing fashion. You have Peter Parker that's going through so much in his life. You have Doctor Octavius that's doing such a great job as a villain, and I just feel like it's such an amazing film. It's such an amazing film, and what I really like about this movie is that it doesn't even really feel like a superhero film. Like I feel like if you take the super stuff out of it, it still works in general as a great movie, and that's what I really love about this movies. Now the other movies you mentioned, they're good too. Obviously, I do enjoy. I'll just go through the ones I've seen. I believe I've seen The Dark Knight. I've seen The Batman. I believe I've seen Batman Begins. Now, I have not seen Infinity War. I have not seen that movie. I have seen Captain America: Civil War. I believe I've seen that, and I believe I've seen Superman 2. I might have seen that one. I'm not exactly sure. And Spider Man. Now, the first movie you could say is better if you want, because the first one does have more action sequences. But I feel like the second movie is there's more iconic action sequences. Like for me, the the train sequence is one of the best sequences of all time. It is such a memorable one. And for me, I feel like it's very harsh, Matt, that you're not going to even put it in top 10. But, you know, that's your opinion. Like, at the end of the day, you know, I'm not going to force it upon you. But I respectfully disagree. And that is one of the best superhero movies. And by the way, I did make a video on this going into further detail. So I'll leave a link in the description below if you guys want to see. I actually did a video, I think 1 year ago, going over why Spider-Man 2 is one of the best superhero movies of all time. You guys can check it out. And yeah, for me, if you guys want to see more spiel on this topic. And yeah, and like I said, by the way, guys, I just want to let you guys know, heads up. I am thinking about doing a tier list ranking the Spider-Man action films. I've just recently watched Spider-Man Far From Home. Wait, so No Way From Home, I think it is. And so I'm gonna be ranking those movies. I'm gonna be ranking those movies. And yeah, like I said, guys, it's gonna be interesting. So that will probably come out probably sometime this week. Probably sometime this week is my estimate. Pokemon hot take. Pelipper is a good Pokemon. He's cute. Yeah, Slither says. Yeah, and I do agree. Pelipper is a good Pokemon. It's not that as bad as people make it out to be. And yeah, I feel like it's both good, it's both usable, and it's both visually appealing as well. So yeah, it's a good one. Windsor guy 384 says Clash Royale hot take. Evolutions have ruined the game since they were added because of this. Many people decided to quit the game. Now, personally, for me, guys, I don't know if you guys know this. I actually used to be a big Clash Royale fan. I used to record a lot of Clash Royale videos on my main channel, actually, believe it or not, because before I got into football, Clash Royale was pretty much the main game I was doing consistently. But the reason why I stopped doing Clash Royale and the reason why I stopped playing is because I just got tired of seeing the same card again and again, especially the Hog Rider. The Hog Rider was the card that annoyed me so much, and I just got so annoyed with it. I was like, yeah, I'm done with this game. I'm done with this game because it was too repetitive, too frequent. When you have such a huge variety of cards, you only use one particular card. Now, personally, I haven't played Clash Royale since then, so I can't really. I don't know what evolutions are, but I'm going to go take your word for it that evolutions probably have ruined the game, and that's kind of what Supercell games are nowadays. That they have fallen off, man. Supercell have fallen off in general as a company. And now I'm just a Clash of Clans guy, and I don't even play Clash of Clans like on a regular basis. I just usually play when I'm on weekends or usually when I'm bored or something, just to spare the time, So yeah, that's understandable. Um, CherryCola says YouTube hot take: Matt Pat is pretty overrated. It has been for years. Now, I'll be honest with you, I don't really follow Matt Pat, so I don't really know very well uh, what he's like. But I think I did some research and I saw he's a big YouTuber, so I'll take word for it. I haven't really followed him too much, so I'm not gonna pretend I do. But I mean, if he has a big channel, then he's probably well liked by the majority. So I guess it is a hot take. So yeah. And I think this is the final one we got here. FCB Cool says, like Liko from Pokemon Horizon is a better character than Ash. That is definitely a hot take. That is definitely a hot take because more people when they think about the anime, Pokemon anime, they think more about Ash and they completely forget about Liko. So that's a good one. Then this is the next interesting one. All Marvel movies, including Endgame, is overrated. Now you can make arguments. You can make arguments because personally, for me, when it comes to superhero movies, guys, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I only really care about Spider-Man and maybe Batman to some degree. But for me, Spider-Man's really the only one that I genuinely care about. Because the problem with the Marvel movies of the day is that it's very much. There's a very obvious script. There's characters from other movies that are involved and usually there's a lot of universes connected. Usually there's a lot of comedy. Usually you have one that has to save someone from this bad superhero villain, and that's kind of like the generic script for most of the Marvel movies. It feels, and because of how the script is like for most of the movies, that's why the Marvel movies aren't as interesting so I do see where you're coming from, FCB Cooley. Now personally for me, I have not seen Endgame, so I can't really comment. But I am going by your general perception, and I do feel that most of the Marvel movies do have a somewhat of a similar structure in the sense that okay, it's comedy. You have characters from other movies getting involved. You have like it's not a really good standalone movie. Um, what is it called? You have to save someone, bad supervillain, a set happy ending. The bad villain is gone. You save the character. It's like rinse and repeat. So I do see where you're coming from. My super cool, which is the reason why I'm not really a big into superhero movies that much compared to the majority of people. So I hope you guys enjoyed this community with you guys. So let me know what you guys think of the concept below, guys. And let me know if you guys want to see me more do this kind of stuff. And please remember, guys, to like and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you guys later, man. Peace out.